Listen carefully. If your life is built around fun, you are already losing. Fun is for broke losers, for people who have nothing important to build, nothing powerful to become, nothing and no one depending on them. Real men are not chasing parties, weekends, and cheap entertainment. Real men are building an empire while everyone else scrolls, laughs, and wastes their lives. Every minute you spend trying to enjoy life without earning that enjoyment is a minute stolen from your future family, your future freedom, and your future self-respect. You say you want success, but your actions betray you. You want a rich man's life with a poor man's habits. You want a champion's respect with a loser's discipline. Look around you. The world is full of men who just want to chill, just want to have fun, and every one of them is quietly miserable inside. They hide their anxiety behind jokes, their fear behind memes, their emptiness behind noise and crowds. They wake up late, they move slow, they complain about everything, and then they blame the world when nothing changes. Real men grind when others relax. When your friends are planning the next party, a real man is planning his next move. When they spend money to look rich for one night, he invests money to become rich for life. When they sleep in, he is already awake, already focused, already at war with his weaknesses. You cannot become dangerous, respected, and financially free by living like everyone else. The path to power is not found in comfort. It is found in discipline, routine, and boredom repeated thousands of times. Every fun you choose today has a price you will pay tomorrow. While you laugh now, the bill is adding up. The bill comes in the form of regret, debt, wasted years, missed opportunities, and a body and mind that are too weak to fight back. The world does not feel sorry for you. Life rewards those who took their time seriously when everyone else treated it like a toy. People say, you only live once. Enjoy it. That is exactly how losers think. Real men say, you only live once, so you better not waste it. You are not supposed to be happy all the time. You are supposed to be focused. You are supposed to be tired. You are supposed to be uncomfortable. That pressure you feel when you work late, when you say no to distractions, when you choose the gym over sleep, when you choose business over entertainment, that pressure is what forges you into something rare. Ordinary men run from discomfort, and that is why they stay ordinary. Extraordinary men eat discomfort for breakfast and demand more. So here is the line in the sand. Do you want to be the man who is always available for fun or the man who is always busy building? You cannot be both. If your phone is always on for nonsense, your life will always be off when it matters. If your schedule is full of fun, your bank account will be empty of options. The men you secretly admire, the ones with money, power, and respect, were not at every party. You just didn't see them grinding in silence. Scroll for 1 second and look at your life from the outside. How many hours have you thrown away in the name of fun? Be honest. How many nights did you choose games, parties, endless scrolling, and cheap entertainment over working on your body, your money, your mind? Every time you told yourself, what's just for a bit, you made a silent deal. You sold your future power for a tiny hit of pleasure. The trap is simple but deadly. Fun feels harmless in the moment, but it compounds into a life you no longer respect. The world is not stealing your focus. You are giving it away, piece by piece, to anything that makes you forget how far behind you really are. Fun without purpose is not relaxation. It is self-destruction disguised as happiness. Your brain is being trained like a dog. Every notification, every video, every joke gives you a little dopamine reward and teaches you to chase the next one, not the next goal. That is why sitting down to work feels boring and distractions feel fun. Your system is rigged against you, and you help build it. While you convince yourself you're taking a break, your potential is taking the punishment. You do not see the damage in one day, but you certainly feel it after 1 year of repeating the same pattern: low energy, no money, weak discipline, fake confidence. This is not bad luck. This is the price of entertainment. Here is the brutal hook: someone out there is using the same hours you waste to get so far ahead of you that you will never catch him if you don't change. While you refresh feeds, he is refining skills. While you binge shows, he is building systems. While you chase jokes, he chases opportunities. Fun is not neutral. It is competition. Every time you choose it over growth, you are not just standing still, you are letting someone else take your place, your market, your future. One day you will see a man living the life you secretly wanted, and you will lie to yourself that he was lucky, when in reality, he simply chose the grind every time you chose the party. The harsh truth is this: people who live for fun do not control anything important, not their time, not their emotions, not their results. They are always reacting, never leading. Their mood depends on their screen. Their confidence depends on attention from others. Their sense of worth depends on how entertained they feel today. You cannot build a strong, dominant, financially free life on a foundation of constant stimulation. Strength is built in emptiness, in quiet rooms, in lonely nights, in long hours where nothing exciting happens except progress. That is why lazy minds run from silence. They are terrified of meeting the reality of who they are without distractions. If you want to separate yourself from the crowd, start here. Redefine what fun means. Winning is fun. Progress is fun. Waking up earlier than your excuses is fun. Seeing your bank account grow because you did not waste the weekend is fun. The moment you feel that old urge to reach for your phone, ask yourself one savage question. Is this fun? Or is this the reason I am still behind? That single question will expose how many of your habits are actually weapons pointed at your own future. Average people will keep numbing themselves with cheap pleasure and call it living their best life. You are not average. Train yourself to see empty fun as poison, not reward. Once that switch flips in your mind, distraction loses its power, and your future finally starts to belong to you instead of your impulses. Picture this: it is late at night. The city is quiet, the group chats are busy, and everyone is planning what to watch, where to go, or what game to play. In that same hour, there is another man sitting alone with his laptop open, a notebook on the table, and a clear target in his mind. That single difference in how they use the same time separates their futures forever. When average people relax, they are not just taking a break, they are giving up ground. When a serious man chooses to grind while others switch off, he is buying an advantage that cannot be copied later. The hook is simple and ruthless. Every time the world goes to sleep, you have a chance to move ahead of millions of people who have chosen comfort over progress. Real men do not wait for perfect conditions to work. They hunt for the hours when everyone else is too tired, too distracted, or too lazy to compete. Early mornings, late nights, quiet weekends, these are not dead times. They are premium hours where your focus is worth 10 times more because distractions are at their lowest. Research shows that when the environment is quieter and interruptions drop, your ability to enter deep focus increases sharply, which means you can do higher quality work in less time than during noisy, chaotic hours. While your friends are afraid of being left out of fun, they are actually leaving themselves out of the race that matters. The man who consistently uses these calm windows to build skills, study, plan, and execute makes more progress in 1 year than they will make in 5. There is a powerful shift that happens when you decide to grind while others relax. Your mindset changes from, I hope life gets easier, to, I will become stronger than anything life throws at me. Instead of chasing comfort, you begin to chase capacity. You want to see how much you can handle, how much you can build, how far you can go. Top performers in any field understand delayed gratification. They trade light, temporary pleasures today for heavy, lasting rewards tomorrow. When you choose the work, the training, the learning over casual entertainment, you are sending a signal to your brain that your goals are not negotiable. That repeated signal creates identity. You stop seeing yourself as a consumer and start seeing yourself as a creator, an investor in your own future. You must burn into your mind the world remembers the results, not the excuses. Nobody will cheer for the nights you spent relaxing, but they will never forget the empire you built while they were relaxing. People love to talk about balance, yet most of them are not even out of survival mode. They have not earned the right to coast. Working while others relax does not mean destroying your health. It means using your time with intention, cutting out mindless distractions, and choosing the grind far more often than the couch. It is the attitude of, I will do what most people won't do, so I can live the way most people never will. Every extra focused hour you put in now multiplies your options later, better opportunities, more income, stronger confidence, and the quiet pride of knowing you did not cheat yourself. The men who grind while others relax are not always the smartest or the most talented. They are simply the ones who decided that their future is more important than a temporary feeling. They do not measure their day by how entertained they felt, but by how much closer they move to their vision. They say no to many things so they can say a powerful yes to the few things that truly matter. Over time, this difference in standards becomes visible in everything: the way they walk, the way they speak, the way they earn, and the way they are respected. The choice is brutal but clear. Either you join the majority in their relaxation and share their results, or you join the minority in their discipline and claim the life everyone else secretly wants. Real men grind when others relax because they understand one core truth: the world belongs to the ones who are still working after everyone else has stopped. Comfort looks harmless on the surface, but it is quietly stealing your future. The bed feels warm, the chair feels soft, the routine feels safe. And that is exactly how comfort kills your potential. It convinces you that not feeling stressed is the goal, when in reality, zero stress usually means zero growth. Nothing powerful is built in a place where you are never stretched, never challenged, never tested. Comfort is not just a feeling. It is a trap that turns strong men into slow, passive, average versions of themselves while telling them everything is fine. The harsh hook is this: if your life feels too easy for too long, it is a warning sign, not a blessing. Comfort is a silent killer of ambition because it rewires what you think is normal. You start accepting smaller goals, lighter days, and weaker standards, and your brain gets used to it. Soon, anything difficult feels too much, and anything unfamiliar feels too risky. Instead of asking, "How far can I go?" you start asking, "How can I stay comfortable and still get more?" That question destroys greatness. Real growth demands friction. Muscles only grow when they are pushed to the edge. Skills only develop when your brain is forced to operate beyond what it already knows. When you avoid discomfort, you are not avoiding pain. You are avoiding the version of you that could have been stronger, sharper, and more respected. Here is the brutal truth: your comfort zone is not staying the same size, it is shrinking. The more you choose easy tasks, easy conversations, easy days, the smaller your world becomes. You say no to challenges, then you start saying no to opportunities, then you start saying no to dreams because they all feel too hard for someone like you. You begin to surround yourself with people who also choose comfort so that nobody has to feel guilty about staying small. It feels good because no one is challenging you, but that feeling of acceptance is just a group agreement to never become anything more. The hook you must remember: every time you pick comfort, you are voting for a smaller life. Discomfort, on the other hand, is not your enemy. It is the strongest ally you are constantly running from. When you step into uncomfortable situations, waking up earlier, lifting heavier, making that difficult call, starting that side business, you activate parts of your mind and character that would stay asleep in comfort. Studies show that facing manageable discomfort builds resilience, adaptability, and confidence because your brain learns it can survive and succeed outside its usual patterns. Think about the times you were most proud of yourself. It was never after a day of pure relaxation. It was after you did something hard, something you wanted to avoid, something that scared you a little. That feeling is not an accident. That is your potential waking up, proving to you that you are capable of far more than your comfort zone allows. To snap you out of the comfort illusion, use this question: if I keep living exactly like this for the next 5 years, will I be proud of the result? Most people cannot honestly say yes. That discomfort you feel when you answer no is not something to escape. It is the signal you need to change. The goal is not to live in pain all the time, but to deliberately choose hard things that expand you instead of easy things that weaken you. Schedule discomfort, choose the tougher workout, make the bolder move, enter the room where you feel slightly out of place. Each time you do, your comfort zone doesn't just stretch, it moves, and your entire life moves with it. Comfort kills potential, but only if you keep obeying it. The day you stop worshiping comfort and start chasing growth is the day your real life begins. Discipline only starts working for you the day you stop treating it like punishment and start treating it like your new favorite addiction. The world has trained you to believe that fun is scrolling, watching, partying, and doing what feels good right now, but that is exactly why so many people are stuck in the same place year after year. Your brain loves quick rewards. It releases dopamine every time you choose something easy and instantly pleasurable, whether it is junk content and junk food or junk habits. The hook is this: if you don't take control of what gives you pleasure, your pleasure will take control of your life. Discipline becomes powerful the moment you flip the script and decide that winning is your new source of dopamine. Imagine if waking up early, completing a brutal workout, finishing a deep work session, or saying no to distraction gave you the same hit of satisfaction as a game, a movie, or a night out. Biologically, it can. Your brain does not care whether the reward comes from hard work or cheap entertainment. It only cares that a reward exists after a behavior. When you consistently pair effort with a sense of accomplishment, tracking progress, acknowledging wins, rewarding yourself after difficult tasks, you slowly train your mind to crave that feeling. Over time, picking up your work becomes more natural than picking up your phone, because the reward attached to discipline starts to feel bigger than the reward attached to distraction. This is why winners talk about habits, not moods. Motivation is nice, but it is unstable. It disappears the moment you are tired, stressed, or uncomfortable. Discipline, on the other hand, is built like a muscle through repetition. Studies on habit formation show that when a behavior is repeated in a consistent context, same time of day, same trigger, same routine, it gradually becomes automatic, requiring less mental energy and willpower. That means if you decide that every day at a certain hour, you train, study, or build your business regardless of how you feel, you are installing discipline into your nervous system. At first it hurts, then it becomes normal. Eventually, skipping it feels wrong. That is when discipline has officially become your default setting. You need to remember the person who wins is not the one who feels the most motivated. It is the one who breaks the most promises to their feelings and keeps the most promises to their standards. When you make discipline your new fun, you no longer ask, "Do I feel like it?" You ask, "Is this aligned with the man I'm becoming?" That question cuts straight through laziness and emotional drama. Delayed gratification, choosing effort now for payoff later, builds a level of focus and resilience that most people never experience because they are too busy chasing instant comfort. While they keep restarting, you just keep going. While they keep negotiating with themselves, you just execute. The beautiful twist is that once discipline becomes your default, life actually gets easier, not harder. Decisions are faster because you already know what you will do. Your energy is higher because you are not constantly battling guilt and regret. Your confidence grows because you have daily proof that you can trust yourself to do what needs to be done, not what feels good in the moment. That deep self-respect is a different level of fun that cheap entertainment can never match. The world will keep selling you quick hits, shortcuts, and easy options. Let everyone else buy them. Your job is to wire your brain so that discipline is not something you occasionally force. It is something you crave, because you know every disciplined day is a direct deposit into the life you actually want. Time is the only currency you can spend but never earn back. And yet most people treat it like it is free. You can lose money and make it again. You can lose opportunities and find new ones. But once an hour is gone, it is gone permanently, carved out of your life with no refund, no replay, no negotiation. The hook is simple and ruthless. If you could see a live counter showing how many hours you have left, you would stop wasting your life on anything that does not move you forward. Successful people are not just better at working, they are more ruthless about how they spend their time. They see every day as 24 deposits of 1 hour each, and they refuse to spend those deposits on things that offer no return. When you start viewing time the way investors view money, everything changes. There is a difference between wasting time, spending time, and investing time. Wasting time is scrolling, gossiping, overthinking, doing things that give you nothing back today or tomorrow. Spending time is doing what has a short-term purpose. Basic task, obligations, chores. Investing time is different. It is the time you use to build skills, health, relationships, systems, and income streams that will pay you back for years. Most people live almost entirely in the first two categories and wonder why their lives do not compound. The hook you must keep in front of you is this question: is what I'm doing right now an investment or just an expense? Ask that question hourly and watch how fast your standards rise. Research on time management shows that people who manage their time intentionally perform better, achieve more, and actually feel less stressed than those who drift through their days. That means guarding your time is not just about grinding harder. It is about designing your days so that the most important work gets your best energy, not your leftovers. Planning your day, setting priorities, and protecting deep focus blocks from distractions has been shown to significantly improve performance and well-being. This is why top performers plan in advance. They decide what matters before the day begins, so they are not making emotional decisions in the moment. The man who has a clear calendar and clear priorities is dangerous because his time is aligned with his goals, not with his impulses. People are not just using your time, they are spending your life. Every unnecessary call, every random outing, every bro, just come hang out has a cost. You are not just giving them an evening, you are giving them pages from the only book you will ever write, your life. The truth is, not everyone deserves full access to your hours. You must learn to say no without guilt, because every yes to something meaningless is a no to something important. Guarding your time will offend people who are used to you being available for their boredom. Let them be offended. You are not working for their comfort. You are working for your future. The men who treat time like their most precious resource move differently. They are not in every group chat, not at every event, not up to date on every meme. And that is exactly why they are rare. They schedule time for learning, building, training, and thinking, and they respect those blocks like unbreakable appointments. They also choose their spending time wisely, real rest, real connection, real recovery, not mindless escape. Because rest is an investment when it recharges you to go harder, but it becomes waste when it numbs you to forget how little you are doing with your potential. The question you must carry with you is this: if every hour was labeled with its impact on your future, building, breaking, or neutral, how many hours today are you willing to see under the word wasted? Once you start treating time like something more valuable than money, your entire life begins to shift, because you finally realize that the way you use your hours is the clearest proof of what you truly value. And every morning, before the world touches you, you are already answering a question without saying a word. Who am I choosing to be today? That choice does not live in your dreams, your quotes, or your Instagram bio. It lives in what you actually do in the next 24 hours. Do you open your eyes and reach for your phone, or do you reach for responsibility? Do you hit snooze and roll back into weakness? Or do you get up and step into the man you say you want to become? Neuroscience shows that repeated choices literally wire your brain. Every decision is like a vote for the kind of person you are becoming. The hook is this: you are not stuck. Your life is simply the result of the person you keep choosing to be day after day. Your daily decisions are not random. They are micro identity markers that define you far more accurately than labels like hardworking, disciplined, or serious. You can call yourself focused and still choose distraction 50 times a day. You can say you want success and still choose laziness whenever it is uncomfortable to push. Psychology research confirms that these small daily patterns shape your self-image and behavior over time. They either reinforce a strong identity or lock you into a weak one. When you consistently choose the path of least resistance, your brain learns that this is who you are, and suddenly difficult things feel not like you. The opposite is also true. When you repeatedly choose the harder, higher, standard option, your brain updates its story and starts to see you as someone who does the tough things automatically. You must remember, nothing big in your life is an accident. It is the compound effect of small choices you kept repeating. Your body, your bank account, your skills, your confidence, they are all mirrors reflecting the decisions you make when nobody is watching. The man who chooses just 10 more minutes of sleep every day is not making one small mistake. He is building a habit of surrender. The man who chooses one more set in the gym, one more focused hour of work, one more difficult conversation is not just grinding. He is building a habit of showing up when it is easier not to. Over weeks and months, those differences stop being invisible. They show up in how you walk into a room, how you speak, how people respond to you, and what opportunities find you. And the power and danger of daily choices lie in their smallness. Because they seem small, you lie to yourself that they don't matter. It's just one day off. It's just one cheat. It's just one time I didn't try. But research on habit and outcome shows that tiny decisions, repeated consistently, create massive divergence over time. Success and failure are rarely one big event. They are a direction you keep choosing. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you bend your future slightly downward. Every time you choose discipline over feelings, you bend it upward. That bend is almost invisible today, but 5 years from now, it is the difference between a man you admire and a man you pity. So the real question is no longer, what do you want in life? The real question is, what are you voting for with your actions today? When you say you want to be unstoppable, but choose the behavior of a spectator, you are lying to yourself, not to the world. The world sees the truth in your patterns. Identity is not something you find. It is something you build brick by brick, choice by choice. Each time you wake up, you are standing at a fork in the road. Be the man who is always available for fun or the man who is always busy building. One path feels easier now and costs you everything later. The other path feels harder now and gives you everything later. Every day, every decision, you are quietly answering the most important question of your life. Which man am I choosing to be? Well, fun is for broke losers because fun is cheap, and you were not born to be cheap. You were born to be expensive, to be rare, to be the man nobody can ignore. So let everyone else relax. Let them waste their nights, their weekends, their potential. While they search for the next distraction, you will be building the life they will one day envy. When the dust settles, there will be two types of men left in this world, the ones who chased fun and the ones who became unstoppable. Choose which one you are every single day you wake up.